Hey everybody, this is Jeff from Jeff's Vegetable Garden and Containers. I'm inside my growing greenhouse. My other one is my overwintering greenhouse. I want to go over a few things with you. So this came out of the overwintering one. That's a raspberry bush. You can see I trimmed it way back, the stumps on it and everything. That'll come back fine. It's been growing in that bucket for like 3 years now. So I'm going to have to put it in something bigger or put it in the ground. I really don't want to put it in the ground around here because of clay, and it just retains too much moisture. That's a kiwi there. Don't look like really much. I took all the dead leaves off and everything before I put it in here. And that kiwi came back nice the last 2 or 3 years. So I think the 4th or 5th year, I can't exactly remember, that they start producing kiwis on them. But they got to get built up pretty good. And all these buckets, what I did when I got them all, I picked up some of this fine straw today, but all these buckets I put like a handful of fertilizer on every one. I'm spread it, mixed it in dirt a little bit. I put about an inch and a half of manure slash compost on top, the whole top of the thing, and then I put straw on top of it. Now everything else I watered in here that I planted, I watered in here this past weekend. I didn't water those yet, but I'm going to water them this weekend when I get a chance. Getting a little dark out here now, so I'm trying to do this. So we looked at the raspberries and the kiwi. This is leftover seed potatoes from last fall, probably September. Little ones left over, got a little stringy. We ate 95% of the potatoes. There was a little bit left of them. Then the sweet potatoes ended up giving some of the packs of them, like bags, 5-gallon bags or whatever they are, or gallon bags full. It's just excuse me, 2 or 3 bags of these big sweet potatoes to neighbors and other people, and I still got 5 or 6 bags left for my wife. So I'm going to really cut back on the sweet potatoes this year. It's not only because I don't like them, but just grew way too many. I just wanted to try so many varieties, and it was very successful, but I've had enough. But this right here is red potatoes here. They're like the real fine, littler red potatoes you eat for dinner if you go somewhere and they have they can leave the skin right on and eat them. So I think I put 3 on the bottom, 4 on the top, so like 7 in there, because they are determinate. They're not indeterminate. And determinate potatoes, those right there are purple in the white bucket, and those right there are the tan type in that bucket, but they're all the smaller version of them. But all of these are determinate potatoes, and when they're determinate, they only grow side to side, not up and down the shaft of or the stalk of a potato plant. So no matter what you try to do, they will not grow up and down. They only grow side to side. So you waste so much space in all the dirt you put in. The ones that grow from the bottom of the bucket to the top of the bucket are more of like a russet and other types of potatoes. They're called indeterminate. And those you can put just a couple in and they'll grow from the bottom of the soil to the top. They grow up. But the normal potatoes, I'd say 90 to 95% of potatoes you use or you can get in the market or around anywhere are determinate. And they're the ones that will only grow like horizontal across the bucket in one area. This here is a blueberry bush. I've had this in for about 4 years now, and it's just kicking butt and comes back every year. Got a dead leaf up here, didn't get. What I'll do is I'll trim this back in a little bit. I'm not worried about it right now because it's been in the overwintering temp, but I'll just trim it back just a hair, and I'm sure that will do well. And like I said, all these have a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of manure on the top of it, and then the straw, and some of them got to be watered, but the ones I planted everything, they've been watered. That's youngins that have been in here all winter. They're still just going crazy, and they've actually gone down too far. So now I just got to wait. Probably around May and June they'll be ready to go out there, but it's not a big deal. I'm not in a hurry for them right now. I'm just going to hang them, let them dry, and take them out anyway, depending on the size of them. And I've planted more onions already. If we look right here, you see there's 2 buckets right here. This is 2 more blueberry bushes, and if you look real close, you can kind of see see if I can see the green in the shaft right there. And they've been overwintering, and there's a little green on that shaft right there back here on that one. So that's just telling you to start to come out of the dead non-growing stage, and they're starting to form. And you can see the different colors coming off on the ends of these two. They're getting a little bright red instead of brown. So they'll all be all the same types of blueberries. I just got same as I did with the other buckets over there that I didn't plant, that are already been planted. I just refreshed them with some compost, fertilizer and compost, and then straw on top, and then I'm just water these 2 buckets otherwise. But that back there, that bigger buckets, that's red onions. I just put those in the other day. It's probably about 15 in that bucket. Spread all around. That soil was mixed up ahead of time in my wheelbarrow. Just put the mixture in and planted the onions on the top, and just put some straw on it today. So they'll be a little while coming up. Then I got these 3. These all 3 are all new here. This one right there, that one there is a blackberry bush. We've never had one before. It's real small. You don't see much out of it. But if you really get close to some of these, like this one's an orange raspberry. See if you can see it down on there. See the little green leaves on there? So that one will be a little slower because it's been out all, was inside, and this one was inside. This is a grape for a grapevine, and I'm putting it in here just to get it going. I had it inside the house, this and the blackberry. I had them in the house, but I bought them out here so I can get them in bigger containers, and I could put a little fertilizer, a little manure, and a little straw on top, so they'll be ready to go. And this one right here is a newer one too. We'll never have it before. And this is a orange raspberry. And like I said, you can see it leafing in quite a few spots on here. It's starting to come up. This orange raspberry, these blueberries, blackberries, grapes, raspberry, they all grow in like early to midsummer, the latest midsummer. And you produce them, then they just hang around, but they don't do too much after that, and they only get their one season of doing it. These will grow all summer and green, but they don't produce the orange raspberries until the fall, which I'm not used to, so that'll be something a little different and a little new to see what's going on. And then this here is, I'm trying to remember, I got the tag right there, Jeff. Oh yeah, this is yellow onions. I put about 15 in here also. So that'll take a week or two, and then they'll start popping up on everything. This was from the overwintering tent, and most of you can tell what that is, but that's actually strawberries. I took most of the dead stuff all out of this. And there was a couple places already starting to come up in and got rid of any weeds. And same thing, little fertilizer, a little cow manure, and then straw on top. So this will be ready. And like I said, you can see the heater right over there, a little blower in the heater. I turned it up a little bit because I'm out here working out. It's a little chilly in here, but I'll turn it back down to 50, and that just keeps a little bit of temperature in here, keep it from going bad. And then if you look at that little panel on the side, there's a little bottoms cracked there for air inlet for the real cold nights, and it's cracked a little bit on that one down there. So that's just a little bit of air coming in and out, so it's not always. If you leave this thing shut pretty tight as I have it, because it's tight to the ground everywhere, it gets a lot of bugs, and it gets kind of stifling in here even when it's cool. So I leave a little air in and out of it now. And tomorrow and the next day, I think are supposed to be up to 65 to 70 out. So tomorrow morning I leave, it's warming up, I'll be opening the side panels, and then I'll be able to air it all day. Just let it go, and I won't have to worry about that heater because it'll get so warm out, I won't have to worry about it. But that's kind of where I'm at. I got to get my garlic in. I got another set of onions to get in, garlic. Then I gotta get my trays all ready inside for my lettuces and warm weather vegetables. So I'll be coming out with something like that in a week or two. I gotta put that together. But otherwise, we're ahead of schedule. Things look pretty good. We're just gonna keep plugging along. All right, guys, you have a rest of the week, real nice rest of the week, and we'll be talking to you soon. Don't forget to go out to Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. I can't even think of the other ones. There's just so many of them. X, which used to be Twitter or whatever, and the one that has all the cooking stuff on it, and people advertise and sell stuff. I can't. Pinterest, but we're out on every one of those sites, and we're out on YouTube, which we do all this with. So you go to the YouTube link or any of those links, and you can go back and forth between them, because I put the stuff on the pages so you can do that, and it'll direct you all around to different places. All right, guys, it's getting a little late. We're going to go get some dinner. Just checking in where we're at right now and showing you what we got going on. And we'll be back, like I said, in about a week or so, and we'll go over some more of this and see how everything is working out and see how we're producing as far as anything coming up. All right, guys, have a good one. We'll talk to you later.